Hello, future travelers. Welcome back to Legalopolis. Friends, did you know that nearly 300,000 passports are lost or stolen every year in the United States? Losing your passport or visa while you are in the US can be incredibly stressful. But if you are in this situation, don't panic. Friends, losing essential documents like your passport and visa can feel overwhelming. Not having proof of your identity or legal status can make it hard to access services or prove your right to be in the country. But there are clear steps to take. Stick with me as I'll guide you through how to handle this situation like a pro. From reporting the loss to getting an emergency replacement. Let's dive into the steps you need to take to protect your status and avoid complications in the United States. Friends, the first step is reporting to the police. Always start by reporting the loss or theft to the nearest police station. Bring any copies of your passport or visa or your I-94 with you. The police report will be essential when you contact your embassy or consulate for a replacement passport and when you reapply for a US visa. Make sure to ask for an extra copy for your own records. Reporting is crucial because if a crime is committed using your documents, it could implicate you if not reported promptly. Step number 2. Report the loss of your passport to your embassy. Friends, once you have the police report, the next step is to contact your home country's nearest embassy or consulate and promptly report the loss or theft of your passport. The embassy will guide you through getting a replacement, which might take some time, especially if you have an upcoming travel. Check your embassy's website for specific contact information and include your full name, passport number, address, a copy of your passport if it's available with you, and most importantly, a copy of the police report. Then we move on to step 3. Report the loss of your US visa immediately. Friends, since your US visa is in your passport, then once you've lost your passport, you must notify the US embassy or consulate where your visa was issued, which is usually in your home country. Send an email to them with your full name, date and place of birth, US address, visa type and passport number. Attach copies of your visa, passport, I-94 as it can be accessed easily through the CBP website and the police report. This ensures that the US authorities are aware that you have lost your US visa, and this helps prevent misuse of your visa. If your passport and visa are lost while you are abroad in your home country, you might qualify for an expedited appointment with the US Embassy, but please do check out your country's website. However, if your visa is lost while you are in the United States, you'll need to wait until you return back to your home country to replace it. Step number 4. Applying for a replacement visa. Friends, the US Department of State doesn't offer replacements for a lost or stolen visa. You'll need to apply for a new visa at a US embassy or consulate abroad. Make sure to include a written account of the loss and a copy of your police report for credibility. Schedule a visa interview. Go through the application process again, including an interview where the officer would be curious to ask about the circumstances of the loss or theft of your passport and visa. And there's a special case for students and workers because if you've lost your student visa or a work visa, you'll generally need to present the same documents you provided during your initial application. If you are outside the US in your home country, try to check the US Embassy or Consulate website if you can qualify for an expedited visa appointment. You can often email the embassy after filing all the required documents, clearly explaining the urgency of your travel and politely requesting for priority handling of your case. Now, friends, after all this, the natural question is, can you stay in the United States if your passport and visa are stolen? And the answer is yes, you can. Friends, you need a visa to enter the United States. But once you are in the United States, your stay is determined by your immigration status and not the visa itself. As long as your status remains valid, you can stay in the United States. Friends, I've made a detailed video explaining the difference between a visa and status, so be sure to check that out for more clarity. So if you lose your visa in the United States, you won't be able to replace it while still in this country. However, you'll need to wait until you get back into your home country to apply for a new one. Meanwhile, you can print your I-94 record from the CBP website, which would serve as proof of your authorized stay in the United States and also the duration of your stay. Now friends, why reporting a lost passport and visa is important. Number one, it protects your identity. Reporting the loss right away helps prevent identity theft. If in the wrong hands, your passport and visa could be used to impersonate you or commit fraud, which can lead to serious complications for you if this loss is not reported. Number two, it prevents misuse and fraud. By acting quickly, you reduce the risk of your documents being used for fraudulent activities that could put your immigration status in jeopardy. Number three, safeguards your immigration status. Promptly reporting a lost or stolen passport helps maintain a clear immigration record, ensuring your legal standing in the United States as a non-immigrant is protected. And number four, it provides peace of mind. Taking immediate action gives you reassurance that you are protecting both your identity and immigration status, allowing you to focus on replacing your documents without additional worry. And remember, you will need a copy of the police report where you have informed them about your missing passport and US visa to apply for a new passport and also a new visa. Now friends, what happens if you find your passport later? The rule is don't use it. Once you've reported your passport and visa as lost or stolen, both of these are marked invalid for travel and entry into the United States, even if you find them later. Reporting the loss flags these documents in global systems like Interpol, so attempting to use a recovered passport or visa could lead to serious legal issues for you. So it's better to keep them safely stored somewhere and rely only on your new documents for all future travel. Another question is, if you lose your visa more than once, what would happen? Friends, losing your visa once is bad enough, but multiple instances can raise red flags. Immigration authorities might view repeated losses with suspicion, as there have been cases of people using others' visas illegally. You could face increased scrutiny and it might affect your visa renewal process. And therefore, always take extra precautions to protect your documents once you get them replaced. And it's important when you receive your new passport or visa, be sure to carry documentation of your last passport, visa, and police reports filed. These can be helpful in case you face additional questions during your travel. If you're flying back to the US, double check your I-94 is updated and keep copies of the police report and other documents handy which confirm your visa status on hand. Having these papers can make your journey smoother and keep you prepared in case any questioning happens. And here is a quick preventive tip. When traveling, always keep 2 physical copies of essential documents in different bags and save scanned copies on your email or a secure cloud service. These backups are lifesavers if anything goes missing, keeping you compliant with immigration laws and ready to handle any issues that might arise promptly. So friends, while losing your passport and US visa can be stressful, following these steps we've just outlined here will help you get things sorted out. Always report the loss to the proper authorities, replace your documents as quickly as possible, and be proactive about keeping your new passport and visa safe. Friends, if you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing for more immigration tips and share it with anyone who might need it. I wish you all the very best for your upcoming visa journey. May your application be met with success. And until next time, safe travels!